Why is it hard for pretty women to get approached by men? You'll see them looking, but they never speak. But a woman with nothing going for herself, no money, not trying to improve herself, very dramatic, has men begging to date her. Men always complain about women using them, but they never change the woman they go after. Why is this? Well, the reality of that is it's the same thing that men say when they go, why do these women always seem to like these thugs and these losers and yada, yada, yada. I think the issue is, and this is something that I've learned throughout my entire life, talent is a double-edged sword. Unfortunately, when you have a lot of gifts, maybe you might be attractive, you're funny, you're smart, you have good people skills, you got so much going for you. A lot of times when you have those natural skills, you tend to rest on them. You tend to think that showing up with your natural skills and your natural ability is going to be enough. Now, I want you to sit here and think about it. For most people, if you think about your job, if you think about the place that you work, and you look at the people who are higher up, maybe your vice presidents, your general managers, people like that. Normally what you'll see is they're no more intelligent than anyone else. They're no better at their job than anyone else. Sometimes they're worse at their job than everyone else. But you see that they've gotten somewhere, they've been successful, and a lot of times people wonder why. Well, you might have even showed up and started working at the same time as that person, and they got promoted ahead of you, and you might be like, what the heck is that about? Well, a lot of times when you're really good at your job, a lot of times when you're really intelligent, a lot of times you have a lot of skills, you tend to rest on those skills. You tend to use those skills and think that they're going to get you through and get you what you want out of life. And people who don't have those skills, who may not have the natural gifts, a lot of times they realize that they're going to need relationships to get through life. They're going to need relationships to become successful. A lot of times what happens is the more talented you are, the more you look at relationships as icing on a cake. I have everything else. Now I need a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Now I need friends. Now I need to, have better relationships with my colleagues, stuff like that. When you don't have as much ability, when you don't have the same amount of skills, a lot of times you look at relationships as ingredients in the actual cake. You may have come to work and thought, okay, I'm really talented. I'm just going to show up, do my work real well, not piss people off to where they hate me, and, maybe be cool with people, and I should move up the ladder. They might have come and said, I'm not about to do a good job, really. I'm not about to be the most capable person at this place. But what I can do is get cool with the boss. What I can do is get some of my friends to get hired on, so I'm surrounded by people that I like and that are cool with me and want to see me succeed. What I can do is basically use my relationships to move up the ladder. And a lot of times when they do that, they're more successful. Because you got to look at it from the other person's perspective. If I really like somebody, or if I've built some type of cool relationship with them and I can move them up, that means my buddy is with me at this position. And since you're qualified, since the other person's qualified to do the work, I can still use them to do all the work. Think about it. So it's all about that relationship. Now, how does this tie in to going somewhere and not being hit on by somebody? Well, you got to think about it this way. You might go to the club, you might go to a restaurant, you might go to a bar and say, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get dressed, wear my nice little outfit or whatever, and people are probably gonna talk to me. You might be like, hey, I'm attractive, I'm smart, I'm a good conversationalist, got all that going for me. Cool. But when you go there, what you're not realizing is some of the people who are, as you described them, maybe they're not the most attractive. Maybe they got 7, 8 kids at home. Maybe they haven't had a job in 3 or 4 years. All of those things that you mentioned, they might have all of those issues. But what they might do is go get some friends together and say, I want somebody at this club. It may be even a specific person. They say, okay, here, I want you to talk to his friends so he'll be more likely to come over to me because now he knows some people. I'm going to talk to the DJ and get him to play this particular song. I'm going to go hit up the bouncer and have him sit me in the right place so I can be where I need to be in order to talk to this person. All of these things A person put that kind of effort into it. Maybe they don't put it into every aspect of their life, but to build relationships, they put a lot of effort in. So you got to think, yeah, being attractive gave you a head start. Being smart gave you a head start. But when they came to the club and they had all of their people helping them and they put all the work into making a plan, you thought it was an even playing field. Like y'all were going to sit there. I'm attractive. You're not so attractive. I got a good job. You don't. You thought it was going to be like that, but they set it up to where they hedged their bets. They rigged the game so that it was going to work for them. They had their friends. They had everybody involved. A lot of times people do that at the workplace too. Say you like a guy at the workplace and she likes a guy at the workplace. You may have a whole bunch of things going for you and she may not. But she may go get a friend to go tell him some bad stuff about you. May not sound fair, but that's life, right? Life's not fair. She may go, just incorporate everybody that she knows and get them to help her get that relationship. And guys do it too. They might have one of their homeboys or one of their homegirls hate on you. All of that. So you're trying to rest on your abilities. You're trying to rest on your natural talents while other people are actually using their resources. They're making a plan that you don't even know about. And you're wondering why you're not getting picked. When you see yourself not getting passed over or getting passed over for those promotions or anything like that, you're thinking, you're trying to make an apples to apples comparison and say, hey, I'm better than you at everything. Why is it you're passing me up? They rigged the game before you even got in it. That's how you have to do. I mean, when I do consultations, when I do quick questions for people, when I do profile reviews, one of the biggest things that I notice is that smart, attractive, funny people have no idea how to present themselves in a way that helps them be successful. They have no idea how to make a plan to get with the opposite sex. They have no idea because in their mind, they think they're going to use their talent. They think they're going to use their intelligence. They think they're going to use their abilities to get what they want out of life while someone else is actually making a plan. If I'm making a plan that negates all the things that you have naturally, then I'm going to win. I've learned that in life because I've seen people scoop me in the same way. I've seen people succeed when I knew that they weren't as intelligent or they weren't as talented or capable, but they made a plan. They built allies. They did the things that they needed to do in terms of building their relationships that I wasn't willing to do or just didn't know to do. And they got over. And that's the same thing when you talk about relationships. You might go to the club and do your thing, look nice and all that, but you gotta remember, if somebody made a plan, all you're seeing is the apples to apples comparison. You're better than them, but you don't know about the plans that they make. And you don't know what they're doing to get over. And I see this with women and men. It's all about the person that makes the plan. So that's what you gotta do is really just get a plan together and don't just go there and try to compete, skill for skill, ability for ability. You got to do it a different way.